Joseph YouTube, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chichi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Let's get it.
I will become that woman that builds the home as I follow you, as you follow Christ. That is the only thing that we will do in our household. And I promise and I vow that in heaven they hear. On earth I declare and decree, I shall be a submissive wife unto you.
In sickness. And in health. To love. Cherish. And to obey.
As we continue to do this work of God, because to us, you know, this is beyond just love. This is about God. This is about kingdom.
We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling.
This is about our duty, reflecting to the world what true marriage, what God really intends for marriage to be.
For better. For worse. For richer. For poor.
For poorer.
I honor you, Miles. And I love you with my all. With all my heart.
Yeah. We hit that snag about 20 times in counseling. Bria made it very clear to Jonathan, you cannot be broke.
I will forever submit to you. I'll forever submit to you, Miles. I'll forever respect you, Miles. I'll forever honor you, Miles, as the head of our home and no other. There is no other, there is no one, no plans of hell will ever prosper in our marriage and will ever hold me not to be a wife that is a Proverbs 31 woman. I will become that woman that builds the home as I follow you, as you follow Christ. That is the only thing that we will do in our household. And I promise and I vow that in heaven they hear. On earth I declare and decree, I shall be a submissive wife unto you.
First, guys, this video is one of those where I'm wondering, what do you guys think of that? That's the first thing I'm wondering. First initial thoughts after watching that. You can go back, replay it one more time. But yeah, you see her there on her wedding day. She's on her knees. And people were triggered, man. Let's check out this. Get into these comments. Straight into these comments. First comment here from a gentleman says, why y'all hating on this lady? She loves her man. They didn't like that coffee at all. For example, this woman who says, God said respect, not worship your husband. This is disgusting. And she's got the emojis there puking and she's just disgusted by the sight. I don't see. Okay, I'll ask you guys this. We all know if this was a man on his knees declaring what this woman was declaring, would have a bunch of heart emojis in the comment section. If he was saying, I promise to be your protector and to watch over you, and I promise to do such and such, women will be commenting, bringing tears to my eyes. God, I see what you're doing for others. This is the type of marriage I want. This is what I'll submit to, right? The difficult woman claiming that she's going to be submissive one day to that man. That's what they're okay with. Society has reversed what we are okay with seeing on screen. We're not okay with seeing women kneeling down and crying and professing their love. Feminism has women today in such a chokehold that seems cringe and makes them uncomfortable. But if the guy was there on his knees with tears in his eyes crying, because we see those videos all the time, women are like, oh, so beautiful, and he can barely get words out of his mouth and is expressing how much he loves her, then it's not a problem. Another comment here says, I'd rather mop the ocean. Should rather mop the ocean than do that. We got a chick here saying that, smoking, I don't know what she's smoking on there. No man in sight in the background. Another comment says, my husband wouldn't even let me reach the floor, this chick says. In my household, we kneel to God and our ancestors, not humans. Again, guys, watch this. You traditionally, when you propose to a woman, men kneel, men humble themselves. And I don't think any man is less than for kneeling. I mean, there's some guys who say, I'll never kneel. It's an unusual act for a man to kneel down like that. And it means something, right? It has weight to it. But seeing a woman kneel is embarrassing to these chicks, but men kneel all the time. This is humiliating, she says, and degrading herself. It's almost as if she begged for this marriage. Cringe. How is this humiliating? I bet you he kneeled first. I bet you he kneeled first. Now the comment here says, okay, but why on earth is she kneeling? So you have a problem with the kneeling. Now the comment says this marriage is going to survive through it all. No, I don't know. I don't know about that, right? We can't predict what's going to happen. He might cheat tomorrow.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
He might cheat tomorrow. That's the other reason you don't want to put stuff online. I'm not saying this marriage is going to lie. I don't know, man. But I'm saying, aside from posting it online, most of these women have a problem with the kneeling. I think there's nothing wrong with what was said and what she wanted to do. She's expressing her feelings. Now, this commenter goes on to say, do you know why? He's saying this message would go through it all. Because they made God the foundation. She's made God the anchor of her trust. She ain't about what society says a wife should be, but she's about what God said a wife should be. God bless this union 1,000 times. Yeah, I wish them the best. And I do believe God helps marriages last longer. Another comment here says, I won't say anything because I know I'll do this. Another comment says, I completely agree with everything she said. As long as he is following Christ, she will follow him, because that means they will end up in the same destination. I agree with this statement. And the only thing I hope is when women say this, they don't mean I'm good until I decide you are not following Christ. From my perspective, right? Because the Christian walk is an up and down journey. Sometimes you may not feel like you are following Christ. Who decides that? Does your wife decide that? Because at the end of the day, that's just her playing God. Or do we have grace to look at people and this is for people who put God at the center of their relationships, right? And to look at people and say, you know what? This is part of your journey and your destination is Christ. I don't know how to feel about the kneeling though. Maybe it shows that she is humbling herself before him. It can't be bad. Another comment here from another woman says she could have said all that standing. I don't know. This is just cringe.
I'm sorry. Girl, get off the grass. Okay, I got it together. I'm sorry. What are you doing? Why do you have to be on your knees to say that? You're on your knees in front of your friends or family, and that man is standing there smirking. You are in for one hell of a ride. Make that man get on his knees and vow to love you like Jesus loved the church. For all the gender inequality you already go through as a woman, and for everything you're statistically more prone to as a wife, you deserve to stand up at your own wedding. No, but seriously, let's not make this a trend. We don't have to do this to ourselves, ladies. We already go through enough. When I tell you, he will not give her a break with these vows. He will make her live it through. Apparently, at Korean wedding ceremonies, the bride and groom bow to each other, and whoever bows the lowest respects the other more. Look at this. I don't think I have to expand on that, but he does love her as much as she loves him. Senses are tingling. And I know there will be a man in my comment section talking about, well, she's married and you're not, sir. You could not pay me enough. But good for her.
Guys, as always, curious to know what you think. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.